You don't fear being alone, you fear being seen, because being alone feels quiet, but being seen feels exposed. Somewhere in your life, exposure became dangerous. Have you ever felt safer by yourself than with someone who says they understand you? It's not calmer, it's not happier, safer. You don't avoid people because you dislike connection. You avoid the moment when someone looks at you closely, and you don't know what they're thinking. Being misunderstood hurts, but being truly understood, it can feel even more threatening. Because once someone sees the real you, you lose control over how they see you, and control feels like safety. When you're alone, something shifts. Your nervous system softens. You're not performing, not adjusting, not scanning faces for micro-reactions. There's no pressure to explain yourself, no pressure to be agreeable. Funny, strong, easygoing. Solitude removes the invisible labor of social existence. And if you've spent years managing how others perceive you, that removal feels like oxygen. Alone, you control the narrative. You decide who you are. No one misinterprets you. No one reduces you. No one leaves. That's not weakness. That's control. Control feels safe, especially if unpredictability shaped your early life. The fear of being seen rarely starts in adulthood. It starts when authenticity wasn't received well. Maybe your emotions were too much. Maybe your silence was too distant. Maybe your needs were inconvenient. When vulnerability led to embarrassment, rejection, or punishment, your brain made a calculation. Visibility equals risk. So you adapted. You filtered yourself. You studied reactions. You learned how to present the version of you that survived. You didn't become reserved. You became strategic. And that strategy worked. But now, when someone tries to understand you deeply, something inside you tightens. Because understanding removes the mask. And once the mask is gone, you can't control what they do with what they see. Your brain is wired to treat social rejection as a survival-level threat. Historically, exclusion meant danger. So today, even subtle cues activate alarm systems. A pause in conversation, a neutral tone, a delayed response. Your brain fills in the blanks. It scans for rejection before it happens. This is hypervigilance. Our smoke detector is so sensitive it goes off when there's no fire. And when it activates, you retreat. Back to solitude, back to predictability, back to safety. But here's the trap. Every time you withdraw, your brain reinforces the belief. The world is dangerous, and the more dangerous it feels, the less likely you are to risk connection. That's why you can feel lonely in a crowd, because your body's bracing for something that hasn't even happened. Some people feel this more intensely, not because they're weak, but because they process more emotional nuance, more environmental detail, more subtle shifts in tone and expression. If your nervous system runs sensitive, social environments cost more energy. A gathering that drains someone else by 20% might drain you by 80%. It's not a personality flaw, it's bandwidth. Which is why solitude isn't optional for you. It's maintenance. Without it, you feel overstimulated, irritable, exhausted. So of course, being alone feels safer. It's the only place your system resets. But here's the paradox. The deeper you feel, the deeper you crave connection, and the more terrifying it becomes. Its solitude protects you, but it can also isolate you. There's a difference between I choose to be alone and I stay alone so no one can hurt me. One is strength, the other is defense. At some point, safety can become addictive, because if no one gets close, no one can reject you. If no one sees you, no one can misunderstand you. But if no one sees you, no one can truly know you either. Being alone feels safer because no one can leave. But it also means no one fully arrives. The goal isn't to force connection. It's to build internal safety. Use solitude intentionally, not as a hiding place, but as a place to regulate, to understand your patterns. It is separate past danger from present reality. Then test connection gradually. Share something small. A real opinion, a real boundary, a real emotion. Watch what happens. You may discover something unexpected. Misunderstanding isn't fatal. Rejection isn't annihilation. Vulnerability doesn't erase you. Safety isn't about avoiding pain. It's about knowing you can survive it. Wow. So here's the question. What's riskier? Letting someone see you knowing they might misinterpret you? Or living your entire life carefully unseen? You don't fear being alone. You fear losing control of how you're seen. But real connection begins the moment you risk that control. And maybe the bravest thing you can do is let yourself be seen without disappearing. If this resonated, you're not broken. You adapted. An adaptation can evolve. Share your thoughts below. And if you want to keep exploring the psychology beneath your patterns, subscribe, because understanding yourself deeply is the first step toward letting someone else do the same.